Well, friends, welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know who it is, JJ with you once again. First time here, hit the subscribe button. Keep me working. Hit the like button to keep YouTube working. And also, too, I'm going to slip this one in. Hit the notification bell so that way you'll know when I post the next video. Simple as that. But before we get started, make sure you all got your drink and snacks and you're wondering why it's in a water bottle. Here's why. Not a sponsor, but Limpton. Ooh, that's some bad lighting, don't you think? I think that's some bad lighting. But anyway, it's Limpton iced tea. Lemon iced tea. You wonder what's in the bottle? It's not alcohol. So, let's go ahead and get the party going. Ready? I'm ready. So today we're going to be talking about something that is way better than FSR 4. Actually, I think it is. Way better than AMD and honestly bigger than anything happening in the PC gaming right now. Because in June, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean this June 2026, something about to happen that almost nobody, and I mean nobody, is prepared for. And this is the craziest part. You know what I'm going to say. It's not just a rumor. It's not a leak. It's not speculation. Keep with me until the end of the video, and I'll give you my conclusions. I'm just giving you my forethought. My conclusion thoughts are at the end. It is a confirmed hard deadline reality that has been sitting in plain sight while the entire industry pretends it's not happening. I mean, they don't. I'm talking about the Secure Boot Certification Cutoff. And before you roll your eyes and click off of the video, think about it for a moment. Oh, you're going to say to yourself when you roll your eyes, oh, that's just a Windows thing. Trust me. This is the kind of change that ripples through everything. Your hardware, your games, your anti-cheat, your mods, your bootloaders, your BIOS, your entire PC identity. If you don't believe me, stick to the end and I'll tell you why. This is the moment where Microsoft basically says to everybody, if your system isn't compliant, then you're done. There's no going back. And here's where the drama kicks in, because this deadline, guys, didn't just appear out of nowhere. It lines up almost too perfectly with the series of moves from AMD and Valve and the entire gaming ecosystem. Sorry, give me a moment. I got some wicked heartburn this morning. Sorry about that. These are moves that are suddenly make a lot more sense when you realize what's coming in June. Okay, I want you to think about it for a moment. AMD told us FSR 4 wasn't coming to older GPUs. They've said this. They said it wasn't happening. They said the hardware wasn't built for it. And then, out of nowhere, reverse course. They backported FSR 4.1. They pushed INT8 support. They opened the door for millions of older Radeon cards. Why? Who knows? Why now? Who knows again? Why the sudden change of heart? Because the industry is bracing for impact, and AMD can't afford to walk into June looking like the company that left its entire user base behind. Maybe. Not when Valve is preparing new hardware. Not when Microsoft is tightening the kernel-level enforcement. Not when anti-cheat systems are about to get stricter than ever. AMD needs to win. They need a win. AMD, period, needs a win. And this might be. Who knows? They need goodwill. They need to show the world that Radeon owners weren't going to get stranded on the wrong side of this deadline, or be on a, what would you say, offshore island about 5,000 miles away from everybody. And then there's Valve. Oh man, Valve, don't get me started. The company that quietly shapes the future while everyone fights over the present. New Steam machine, the living room PC console hybrid. Yes, I read that slow so you understood it. Is built on AMD hardware. It's built for modern security. It's built for modern boot standards. It's built for the world after June. And Valve knows that if they want this thing to succeed, the entire AMD ecosystem needs to look unified, modern, and ready. So suddenly, just to say, AMD backports FSR 4.1, suddenly the Steam ecosystem gets stronger. Suddenly. The timing lines up a little too perfectly, I think. And suddenly, this secure boot deadline doesn't look like a coincidence. It looks like the trigger, the pressure point, the moment the industry was forced to evolve, whether it wanted to or not. But here's the part nobody is talking about. I mean, nobody. And this is where the relief comes in. This deadline isn't just a threat, it's a reset, it's a cleanup. It's a chance for PC gaming to finally shake off a decade of legacy baggage. And I can tell you from Windows 95. And the weird bootloader hacks, the bypassed installs, the half supported firmware, the anti cheat loopholes, and all of it gets wiped off of the table. And for the first time in a long time, guys, the PC ecosystem gets a clean slate. That means more stable games, more consistent performance, stronger anti-cheat, better compatibility, and yes, better support for technologies like FSR4, XeSS, and whatever NVIDIA cooks up next. This is the moment where the PC platform finally steps into the same kind of unified baseline that consoles have had for years. And honestly, guys, it's about time, truthfully. So yeah, this is dramatic. This is important, and this is a big deal. You might not think so, but to me, I know it's a big deal. And I hope you guys treat it the same and not as a grain of salt. But it's also the moment of relief because instead of dragging, and I mean dragging, this out for another 5 years, instead of letting the ecosystem rot under outdated firmware and broken security, Microsoft is ripping the Band-Aid off. About time they do. And AMD, Valve, and the rest of the industry are moving with it. June isn't the end of PC gaming. It is the beginning of a new chapter. And companies that saw this coming, they did. They saw this coming. The ones that adapted early are the ones who are going to define what chapter and what it looks like next. So, AMD made their move, Valve made their move, and now the rest of the industry has no choice but to follow. So, buckle up because the secure boot deadline isn't just a technical update. This is the moment the entire PC world gets dragged into the future, ready or not. And what I mean by is, it needs to be ready. There's a lot of people out there that's naysaying that says, well, I'm not going to enable secure boot because it's not worth it. Why would I do that? Well, if you're just into strict gaming and you're not surfing on your PC, I can say that's one thing. But if you surf on your PC, you do banking and everything else, it's a big fucking deal. Understand this. It's a big deal. Because this gives everybody security when it comes to rootkits, malware, and all that trying to attach in your BIOS. Okay? Now you think it's only going to affect the firmware. No, it's going to affect much more than the firmware. It's going to get into the BIOS itself. And then after that, what happens? Well, let's see. One, if it gets in there, you end up having to replace the BIOS chip. That's one. Or two, replace the motherboard. Three, you have to reboot, you have to reformat your hard drive and replace Windows. And, you have to go and through a whole bunch of security stuff from A to Z. And you also have to test your GPU to make sure it didn't get into the VBIOS. Okay. You want me to keep going? I mean, and you hope that your SSD doesn't get affected by the GPT, or what they call the master boot record. You got to make sure it doesn't get affected there, or it doesn't squeeze its way into your secondary hard drives, or that it doesn't squeeze into a chip on your motherboard, or it doesn't. I mean, you want me to keep going with this? I mean, I've seen how bad malware is, and you don't want it on your PC. I wouldn't want it on my PC. That's the reason why on both of my systems, I have Secure Boot on. I'm using every protection Microsoft puts on for Windows. Every protection. And I play it safe when I'm checking my emails. And I don't surf on the internet only to certain sites that I trust. I'm playing it safe. Is because I want to continue to make content for you guys without having any interruptions. I don't want to make any interruptions. So that way I know my PC will run good from now into the future. As security gets better as it goes along, at least one thing Microsoft says to you guys: okay, you guys buy a product key. This is what you get. Everything we got to offer for free. Windows Update for free. Microsoft Defender for free. Your antivirus. Updates on your Secure Boot. You get a lot of updates. I mean, seriously, a lot of updates. And also, too, your chipset drivers, you can go to the manufacturer website, download the update on the chipset drivers. Boom, you're done. And you just update your graphics card. You just check for updates and keep everything up to date. Your computer will run smooth. I know there was a fork in the road. Oh, sorry, my head itches. I know there was a fork in the road with this system right here where I lost fan control, but I was able to regain it through the software of Asus so I can get the fan control back. That was a Windows Update hiccup. But since then, I really haven't had anything happen at all. Everything's been smooth all the way through all the updates. So guys, here's the key takeaway. If you think Secure Boot is nothing but trash, then don't install it. Don't turn it on in your BIOS. Just run without it. And then when you go to open up emails and stuff, and you obviously you get a virus or malware from your emails, and it attaches into the firmware of your BIOS, and then you can't get rid of it, and then you got to spend another $1,000 or $2,000 to get another PC because you can't get yours to turn on or work or anything else. Just remember this video that I warned you and I told you so. I know there's a lot of the naysayers out there that says, Jay, well, we just don't like it, period. Well, you don't have to like it. You don't see it. It runs in the background. Let me put it to you this way. After the initial boot, when you first start booting up, it checks right then and there to make sure before it boots into Windows that there's no security problems, that everything is up to date, ready to go with Windows. Now, if there is a problem, that's a trigger that triggers you into recovery mode. So this way you can fix the driver corruption before you boot into Windows. It's a security thing. So at least you can fix the driver problem and get back into Windows and not have a problem after that. But also, too, you can go and look and see where the problem was, because there's Windows system logs that you can check to see where the problem occurred, so you can find a remedy so you don't have that problem again. See, there's many things it does for you. Okay, it protects your motherboard. If you guys don't care about your motherboard, then pull all your stuff off of your motherboard and then plug the rest of it back in and just leave your motherboard out, because that's basically what you're doing. You don't believe me? Then remember this video again, and in the future, when you have all these problems, black screening and everything else. Then come back to my video and say, well, Jay might have been right. Guys, I've been through this scenario before. I've had this problem before. I know the remedy of it. And I'm glad Microsoft is actually updating it. Since 2011, I'm glad they're updating it to 2023 at least. At least that's a positive. At least they've been working on, a list so that way everything checks out for you. But if you guys don't want to do it, that's up to you. If you think, because I know there's some people that say they do dual boot. They do dual boot between Windows and Linux. Understandable. Okay. Me, I would never do dual boot ever again. I did one time. Recently, well, not recently, about a year ago, I was working on a dual boot system with my, let's say this motherboard right here. You guys remember that, and I was using, what was it, the RX 7600. Trying to make a dual boot system between Windows and Linux. And when I went to switch the graphics cards, use DDU and switch the graphics cards, I could never get the picture back on it. Would not happen. So there was a big corruption between Windows and Linux. I was able to get on Linux, but I wasn't able to get on Windows. So I said to myself from now on that if I'm going to be testing on Linux, then I'll have a drive for Linux. And if I test on Windows, I'm going to have a drive for Windows. I'm never going to put the two together. And it had nothing to do with Secure Boot, because I had Secure Boot when Secure Boot was on. And it booted up before, had no problem. It was just me switching the graphics cards, the drivers. Became a very, very bad thing. That's the reason why I don't even use DDU. I don't touch it after that. That gave me a wake up in reality to use what the manufacturer provides. They have a clean install for you that you can use, and the manufacturers have the uninstallers. I know AMD does, and I know NVIDIA does. I'm not too sure about Intel because I haven't messed with their graphics cards just yet. But since they look like they're dropping out of the game, I don't think I really want to mess with it. But anyway, guys, I don't want to make this too long of a video. We got more to come, more videos to go. I know I missed yesterday, and I do apologize for that. I had doctors to deal with, and I finally got approved for the injections for my back, for my spine. I finally got there. Just to let you guys know where that is to keep you up to date. That's going to be on, I got like 3 Mondays starting in the beginning of June. I got 3 Mondays. I got to take those shots, so don't expect me to do videos on Monday for those 3 weeks on Mondays. So it's because I don't think I'm going to be well enough for me to make the videos on Monday. But I will try my best to make the videos on Tuesdays and maybe double up and make 2 of them on Tuesday to make up for Monday. So just keeping you guys in the loop a little bit. And don't forget, we have Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every week. And that's called the live stream. Not a lot of you guys are showing up for the live stream, and I got a lot of subscribers. And I want to thank all the new subscribers we got to the channel. We want to thank you. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the JJPB community. For PCs, that is. But guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try to see if I can get another video done today for you guys, because I know I missed yesterday, so I'm going to try to make up for it and make a second video. But anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, and we do appreciate you, and we're glad that you're here, and hope you stick with us, and hopefully you tell your friends to subscribe to the channel so that way we can grow. We got only less than 20 to go, so keep me working. Subscribe. Keep YouTube busy and working. Hit the like button. Put a positive like on the videos. Guys, remember, if you want to help us get over that milestone, you have to watch the videos from beginning to end. That's up to you if you want to. Or if you want to pause and, go back to the video, that's up to you. But it would help us out a lot and give us the watch time hours we need. See, we're not working here by views right now. We're working by the amount of watch time hours until we get over the milestone for YouTube. So help us out. Watch those videos. I got over 1,000 plus videos. Just binge out and have fun and watch the videos. So, but until the next time, in the next video, you guys know who it is, right here on JJPB. We'll see you on the next one, guys.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.